What's going on YouTube? GSNO right here. So in today's video we're going to talk about the WWDC 2018, we're going to talk about Electra and how you can unjailbreak if you have problems, and we're going to also talk about Meridian that might support the iOS 10.2 on iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, which is something very good because a lot of people are still running on that version. So we're going to start with the WWDC 2018. Apple has published their website for this WWDC on this year, and it looks amazing. And of course we're going to see probably new products and probably the iOS 12. Now I'm not entirely sure whether they're going to call it iOS 12 or not, but I assume they will continue with iOS 12, and it's probably going to contain quite a lot of fixes and maybe just a new UI because they tend to change the UI every year. Anyways, this is the website for the WWDC 2018. I can't wait to see what's going on this year, and I can't wait to see the first beta of the iOS 12. And yeah, another important thing is that it might introduce new bugs and might make the jailbreaking even easier or even harder depending on how many bugs they get to introduce and how safe the new iOS 12 will be in terms of, you know, being jailbreak proof. But anyways, iOS 12 will probably be dope as iOS 11 was, you know, probably new features. Maybe Apple will introduce the freaking dark mode everybody wants, but Apple seemed to be completely, I don't know, deaf and blind about it. But anyways, that's pretty much going to happen. The iOS 12 will be unveiled at WWDC, and probably even new products we'll get to see. Now I'm going to talk about the iPhone 7 Plus and iOS 10.2. I know that many of you have updated, in fact, from iOS 10.2 on the iPhone 7 when the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus did not receive the jailbreak from Yalu. Because you probably know, Yalu didn't support iOS 10.2 on the jailbreak package. So unfortunately, if you are running the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus with that version, you are out. Now, Sparky is currently working on integrating iOS 10.2 support for the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus in Meridian, and he has posted this yesterday, which is a screenshot from Cydia on apparently 9.3, it says in here. Now I'm not entirely sure whether this is his device or one of the testers, but it looks pretty okay in my opinion. The simple fact that Cydia can run on 10.2 on an iPhone 9.3 tells quite a lot about the development that's going on. There is no new version for the Meridian for the moment, but even though some people believe that Sparks might have seized all the development, he did not. He's still working in the background, and this one, when it's done, will be a major jailbreak, supporting the iOS 10.0 up to 10.3.3 on all devices, being that the iPhone 7, the iPhone 7 Plus, the 6S, 6S Plus, and so on. So it will support more than Double Helix and Goblin can. So I'm really happy he is still working on this. Now, speaking about the other jailbreak, the Electra for iOS 11.0 up to iOS 11.1.2, there is no new version, but it occurred to me that some people have problems with Electra and they want to unjailbreak, and they're not aware that there is a very quick way of doing so. See, when you're installing the Electra, a script in the .sh format is being put on your file system, and you can actually run that through an SSH connection or through a terminal, and you can simply write bash and the path of it, which is unjailbreak.sh, and it will pretty much unjailbreak your device. You can pretty much start fresh, and it will also uninstall any Topanga related stuff so that your installation of Electra later on will not fail. So yeah, just a couple tips that you might need to know. You can unjailbreak with Electra if you want. There is the script in there, you just need to connect via SSH and you are done. So another thing I would like to talk about is of course the release of the iOS 11.3 Beta 6. Today Apple has seeded the iOS 11.3 Beta 6, and why is this even important, you will probably ask me. Well, apparently, according to the community, the iOS 11.3 Beta 5 and Beta 6 do not have a compatible SEP or Secure Enclave processor that would work for downgrading or upgrading with the SSH blobs, which means that if you're running the iOS 10, for example, and you want to upgrade to iOS 11.1.2 using your saved blobs, you can't do this by using the SEP from the iOS 11.3 Beta 5 or Beta 6, which means that once iOS 11.3 will be out and will replace the currently signed iOS 11.2.6, the updates with the blobs will probably no longer be possible due to that SEP problem. So what I advise you to do, and what I already advised you to do on my previous video, is to upgrade from whatever you are, iOS 10.2, 10.2.1, 10.3.3 or whatever, to iOS 11.1.2 if you have the blobs. Why? Well, because iOS 11.2.6, which is currently signed, has an SEP or secure enclave processor that is compatible with the one from the iOS 11.1.2, which means that you can update using the blobs and the components from the 11.2.6. Once iOS 11.3 will be out and iOS 11.2.6 will be gone, this will no longer be possible. And why I say that it's better to update to 11.1.2? You have a jailbreak on both of them, right? Yes, but the iOS 10 firmware is pretty much going to get deprecated more and more and more. More and more applications will no longer support it. There will be no more application updates for the iOS 10.x, especially for 10.1, 10.1.2, 10.2.1 and so on. So at some point it will be deprecated enough that many applications will no longer work. One of the reasons is that nowadays you have to compile your application to work on iOS 11, which is 64-bit, because only 64-bit devices work with iOS 11. This means that there will be no updates for the 32-bit and for the iOS 10.x, because there is no reason to do so, right? Yeah, it's probably a good idea to use this window if you do have the blobs and you do have a Windows or a Linux or Mac OS machine to run Future Restore. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to stay updated. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I really hope it was informative enough for you. But anyways, if you want more videos, do not forget to subscribe to stay updated. Press the bell icon to get the notifications when I upload something. I'm GeoSnow. Peace out.